In this tutorial, we're going to cover making your first program. So far, in the tutorials that have come before, we've covered many different things. They're all here in our command history, but we're going to put a few of them together to create our first program. Up here in the top left, you'll see a button that says New Script. If you go ahead and click on that, either your window pops up outside of your MATLAB environment or it pops up and it's docked. And so we can say dock. This is what many of you might see. It's really not important, so we'll just do it docked for now. And we'll undock them later. The first thing I want to do is save this. You'll notice that by default you're in your Documents and MATLAB folder, which is where your installation directory places your current folder by default. Excuse me. And when we're naming this file, we have to follow the same 5 naming rules. Okay, remember up here, the same 5 naming rules. We can only use letters, numbers, and underscores. It must begin with a letter. Can't be longer than 63 characters. So we can't have spaces. So I'm going to call this our underscore first underscore MATLAB underscore program. And since I spelled it incorrectly, because I can't type, here we go. There we go. Program. All right. So now everything is spelled correctly. We'll say doc. All right, so this is our first MATLAB program. I'm going to start it with clear and CLC. Remember, clear clears out the workspace. CLC clears out the command window. Let's just take a look at everything that we did up here. So here we covered a little bit of introduction into how to use MATLAB. You'll notice that I executed clear and CLC command between each lesson. So I'm just going to grab all of our commands from the command history, drag and drop them. I'm also going to come up beforehand and type %space, and this executes, or this initiates a comment. We'll talk about what a comment is in a moment. This is some introductory commands in MATLAB. A comment is text that is not executed as a command. Okay, that's all it is, and we need to get rid of this because this threw an error. But comments are important because they give you and whoever's reading your code some notes to follow what it is that you did. So all of us have picked something up that we ourselves did 2 days, 2 weeks, 2 months, 2 years later. We have no idea what was going on. So comments are very important in maintaining that continuity of knowledge. So this was our introductory. The next thing we did was some naming rules. So let's go ahead and just drag that out. We're going to leave that all by itself. We had a lot of examples, but they were all wrong, so I don't want to go through all of that. We did do this part and this part, which was kind of okay. I messed up my spacing, so let me fix that so that I don't, doesn't bother me. We had fave underscore num. I'm going to grab a few of these where there was no error because I don't want the ones that did throw an error. And then we started over. All right. So then we had signed E, BNM, signed E. Then we cleared signed E. And then we BNM'd signed E. Okay. So this was our next example. In the next we covered how to enter arrays. So here multiple methods for entering arrays in MATLAB. We started here, we worked our way down. Let me get everything in there. See what happened here. Yes, yes, yes. This one was a mess up. Let's get rid of that. Then we won't need those. There we go. We have array 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then we had the row vec, the tens, the evens, the odds, the column vector. So that was all of our work for entering arrays in MATLAB. Okay, and then in the next one, let's see, what were we doing? We were showing the importance of suppressing outputs. And then in the last one, we worked with strings and illustrated where to be cautious with their usage. It's lowercase. There we go. So we started here, 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 here. There we go. Now, here's the thing. These are all of the commands that we've worked with so far. Let's see if this runs. So, up in the ribbon, there's a big play button that says run. I'm going to run this. Excuse me. And in the end, I have what looks like not enough information. So what happened? We have a clear somewhere. There it is. Let's get rid of this clear and CLC. All right. Let's run it again. And now I have all of the arrays in my workspace that we have generated on all of the previous tutorials. Now here's the thing. Programs are, as I've defined before, a sequential set of commands that are executed in order to accomplish a task. This does nothing more than execute line 5, then 6, then 7, then 8, then 9, all the way down the page until it's done. So this, for a lot of you, is your first program. I also want to come back and this example, the second to last example, where I illustrated the importance of suppressing output. I told you that we could break up different commands using commas, and that when we started writing programs, we wouldn't have to do that. So for the first set of 3, tick, and then the generation of data, talk, I'm not going to suppress the output, and then I tick-tocked the generation of data, and I did suppress the output. And this is also a point where I'd like to show you one last thing. You'll notice that the equal sign in the first set of 3 lines is highlighted. The equal sign in the second is not. If I hover my mouse over, I'm met with a caution. It says terminate statement with semicolon to suppress output. This is MATLAB trying to help you be more efficient, because as I stated before, the most computationally intensive thing that your computer does is display all of this information back to you. So if you suppress those outputs, then your program will run faster, as you can see at the end of that example, where the difference in time is 1.67 seconds to 0.17 seconds. So there you go, your first program. Let's see. So next time we're going to be working on how to get information from the user to use in our programs. So till next time.